Welcome to the Big Brian Show. Nice. Yo, I'm Big Brian, and let's talk football.
What the hell's going on out here?
What's up, guys? So I know lately we've been giving Dak Prescott a lot of grief lately for choking in the big games. But hey, at least he ain't choking the Super Bowl. So, and Dak ain't the only one that's choked. Let's talk about some choke. Let's talk about some quarterbacks that's choked. It's really choked. Besides Dak. Let's bring back some good old-fashioned choke history. Let's start with, I'm going to try to do this in order, but not necessarily. Let's start with one of my favorite quarterbacks I used to like watching, Fran Tarkenton. Fran Tarkenton was a good quarterback, and he could scramble. He reminded you of Roger Staubach, except he lost, I think, at least 2 Super Bowls. There he is scrambling. Out of all the quarterbacks, I think I got the most sympathy for him because he always said if he could do one thing, it would be to go back and win a Super Bowl. And the Vikings were good in the 70s. They went to 4 Super Bowls and lost all 4 of them. Next, we got Jim Kelly. Jim Kelly was a good quarterback for the AFC, but when he played, the NFC East was just too strong. The Bills lost all 4 of their Super Bowls to NFC East teams, including Dallas, who beat them twice and beat the crap out of them. And they lost to the Giants, and they lost to the Redskins. Next, let's talk about Tony Romo. I like Tony Romo. I think he was a good athlete. I even wrote a song to Tony Romo, Dallas Cowboys Coming to Your Town. And it's a shame because they had a good team. When T.O. was on there and Jason Witten, that was a good team. That was a Super Bowl team, and they never made it. That's all I can say. And Tony, you choked in some big games, man. A couple of times we could have won, and you choked. You and Dak Prescott are very similar. I actually think you're a better athlete than Dak. But you guys both just, I don't know, choked in the big games. Matt Ryan, what can I say about you? You guys were up, I think, 3 touchdowns in the Super Bowl. I dozed off and fell asleep and woke up, and I'd be damned if the Patriots didn't tie the game up. That was a major choke. And I kept saying, why are the Falcons passing? All you guys had to do is run the clock out. Run the ball, kill the clock. It's amazing how you and the Seahawks coach did the same thing against the same team, the New England Patriots. I think that game was fixed. Dak Prescott, you already know what your problem is. You was throwing pick sixes left and right, and that major choke against the Green Bay Packers at home, where everybody had you favored to win, the number 2 seed, and you lost to a number 7 seed. Talking about a major choke, and you choked the year before that against the 49ers, and the 49ers beat you earlier. I wrote a song about you, too. You've been an 8-year veteran, throwing pick sixes for the other team. Sorry, man. Yeah, here we go. Here we go. Another pick six. Here we go. But wait a minute. Hold up. Move over Dak and Tony Romo, Lamar Jackson. You made the list, too. It's funny. One of my friends, diehard Steeler fans, every time he see you in the playoffs, first thing he go, they're going to choke. Watch. Lamar Jackson, he's going to choke. And he was always right. You choked. Next on the list, major upset, Russell Wilson. This one really hurt me. You guys had that game wrapped up. Beast Mode was running his ass off. Got all the way down to the goal line. And what you decide to do? Pass the freaking ball. And made Tom Brady the biggest cheerleader in Super Bowl history. I still don't know whose fault that was. Your fault or the coach? I'm going to tell you like this. If the coach would have said, run this pass play, I would have said, okay, coach. And then as soon as we got in the huddle, I would have said, Beast Mode, you getting the ball. Last but not least choke artist is Cam Newton. Cam Newton. I remember your Super Bowl choke too. I remember your Super Bowl choke. You was playing pretty good. And all you had to do was fall on the freaking football and you got scared and you jumped back. I was like, damn, man, just fall on the ball. That was your moment right there. And you blew it. You choked. I didn't forget about you either, Warren Moon. You choked so bad that they gave your game a title. It was called The Comeback. The Comeback or The Choke was a National Football League game held on January 3rd, 1993 as part of the 92-93 NFL playoffs. The Buffalo Bills overcame a 35-3 deficit to defeat the visiting Houston Oilers 41-38 in an overtime and set the then record for largest comeback in NFL history. You know, this game is the precursor of dumb coaching. I can remember watching this game and the same thing. When the Oilers was up by 31-3, I was at home going, why are they still passing the ball? Why don't they just run and kill some time off the clock? Is this an ego thing with you coaches and quarterbacks? You got to keep passing when you should be running the ball or trying to run the ball just to kill some time off the clock? You see, this is why a lot of people think these games are fixed, because you keep passing when everybody at home knows you should be running and you're giving the other teams opportunity to intercept the ball and score. And on this day, unfortunately, for Warren Moon and the Oilers, the Bills had Frank Wright, Jim Kelly's backup, and he was used to comebacks because he played for the University of Maryland, and he did the same thing there as he did this day. The Miami Hurricanes was beating the Terrapins 31-0 at halftime, and Frank Wright brought them back to win 42-40, which was the biggest comeback in NCAA history. And this was the biggest comeback in the NFL's history. They were down by 30-some points, came back and won. And I had to say my best choke for last. The last time the Cowboys won the Super Bowl, it was thanks to you, Neil O'Donnell. You threw 2 interceptions to Larry Brown, made him the MVP of the Super Bowl game. And rumor has it was because you were scared to throw to the other side because Deion was on the other side, Deion Sanders. So you took your chances with Larry Brown, and he picked you apart. Thanks for the memories, Neil O'Donnell. And after that debacle, the Steelers said, you'll never work in this town again, and we haven't seen you since. And Deion cracked me up. Deion told Larry Brown, yo, dog, one more interception, and you can run for mayor of Dallas. Well, I know he got the key to the city.